A dog is recovering tonight after being trapped in a pipe in Del Mar overnight. Neighbors heard its cries about 8 o'clock last night, and that's when the community jumped into action.
Onlookers, the City of Del Mar Public Works, Del Mar Lifeguards, and the Solana Beach Fire Department came together to get that dog out. Our chief photographer, Scott Baird, was the only one at the scene as the rescue unfolded. Take a look.
I feel like he's closer this way than that way. Last night at 8 o'clock, we heard a dog whining and we figured that something was wrong. We thought it was our neighbors, and then we ended up coming down here and you could hear him echoing in this storm drain right here. Then we decided to call the city, and then they came down, and then everyone's here and we're just trying to get him out.
Come on, Bella! Come on!
We had a lot of help. It was actually really nice and a great team effort. We had pool cleaning poles and nets, and Public Works brought us some poles that they use in their services, and together we were able to, with tape, put a system together that worked very well.
Here's a towel. Hold up. There you go. Go ahead. I got it. Okay.
It was definitely a group effort. Everybody participated with ideas and/or equipment, and it was a good outcome.
Get her to the vet.
Oh, look at that little face. We did hear the dog is doing just fine, just a little gash right there on the forehead.
Dogs and cats wait anxiously with their owners, all to get inside the neuter scooter. Lining up to get fixed may not sound all that fun, but Spay Neuter Action Project of San Diego is making it irresistible. Their mobile spay neuter clinic travels around the county, offering surgeries at a fraction of the typical cost, putting the procedure within reach and helping curb the pet population.
We have the large euthanasia still in shelters, and it's just a needless suffering and waste of animal life. So spay and neuter is the answer, and I'm committed to that.
Just one unspayed dog can turn into $67,000 in as little as 6 years. San Diego residents taking advantage of SNAP services know how easy it is to end up with a surprise litter.
I just want to make sure that she doesn't come home pregnant, because she has once before.
She had babies her first time out. So get your cats fixed, or they're gonna have babies.
Unwanted puppies and kittens often wind up homeless. Those that make it to the Rancho Coastal Humane Society in Encinitas are actually the lucky ones. They will find a forever home. But in other parts of the country where there are far more pets than homes available, the outlook is far more grim.
Animals that we take here are animals that might not make it there. Don't be part of the problem that results in more dogs and cats.
Spaying and neutering has its health benefits too. Chances of certain cancers are dramatically reduced, including the two most common. Fixed animals can also live longer. Spayed females live an estimated 3 to 5 years longer than unspayed females, and neutered males can live 1 to 3 years longer.
It's your best friend. Don't we all want more time with our best friend? This is something really simple that you can do that's good for their health and gives you more time with them.
With this edition of the Pet Spot, Jacqueline Bennett, CW6 News.
We are 67 feet up in the air, where on a good day you can see for more than 60 miles. This is where a fire lookout can spend 12 hours a day looking for fires.
95 steps.
Just getting to the office is a trek for Shane Harris.
At the start of the season, it's pretty tiring getting to the top, but by the end of the season, I'm fit.
A fire lookout who spends his days 70 feet above the ground. Shane is constantly scanning the skies.
We are looking constantly for anything that's out of the ordinary.
Lookouts spotted the Cocos fire, and they've been the first to alert firefighters about many others.
A pair of binoculars and a pair of eyeballs are the best technology.
Even on rainy days, they man the towers, reporting lightning strikes. In storms, the towers themselves can be a target.
The bed has glass conductors on it. We're still looking, so we're looking for these lightning strikes. We've just got our feet off the floor.
San Diego used to have dozens of fire lookouts. They all but went away decades ago because smog made it hard to see very far. Harris says they're making a comeback because lookouts can do something the best technology can't.
When your camera operator could be miles away in a control room somewhere, he doesn't have local knowledge of what he's looking at, and he certainly doesn't have that 3D and peripheral vision that we have.
Harris and most other fire lookouts are volunteers spending their days high above the tree line watching over our home.
You've made a difference, especially if you've spotted a smoke, called it in. That's a good feeling. It's a good feeling.
The fire lookouts in the county will close for the season at the end of this month, and they'll reopen again in May. Now, we will put some pictures on our website of some of the fires that they've spotted this season. We are in the Cleveland National Forest. Nancy Aziz, back to you in the studio.
Mike Pence.
Awesome, yeah. Did you know a lot of people don't actually know who they are?
That's tragic. Ex-mayor?
A picture of a politician? Yes. Do you not gonna know his name?
Donald Pence.
Yeah. Pence? Yeah, definitely.
Running for vice president. He looks familiar, but I don't know his name.
This one's actually our vice president right now, Joe Biden.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he looked familiar, but I wasn't sure. Who's the other two guys?
Of course.
Yeah, Mike Pence.
I'm English, so I do not, I'm afraid.
It's the running mate of Clinton, and I don't know his name right now. I really don't. And I don't know much about him.
No, I'm guessing they're politicians?
Correct, yeah. They're actually both running for vice presidency right now. So this is Mike Pence and Tim Kaine.
The Border Patrol tells us they are seeing an increase in the number of migrants apprehended crossing the border here in San Diego right now, but they say it's nothing compared to what's going on in Texas. The Border Patrol in San Diego reports though more undocumented migrants are crossing here now, 5,000 since October, up from 3,400 last year, reinforcements are needed elsewhere.
Anytime you have agents on the border, manpower is crucial to our operation. However, we operate as the United States Border Patrol. So if agents are needed in another area, we're going to try to manage that risk and move our manpower accordingly.
San Diego has sent 25 of its 2,400 agents to the busiest area of the border, South Texas. In all, 150 agents from around the country are headed there too.
The Rio Grande Valley is seeing a surge in both unaccompanied juveniles and family units, and the U.S. Border Patrol, working as a whole, needs to address that issue.
The Border Patrol says it can't speculate on the reason, but some say the election of Donald Trump could at least be part of the reason.
Desperate times call for desperate measures. These people are desperate.
Local immigrant rights advocate Enrique Morones says right now migrants are more vulnerable than ever.
With the president-elect, there's a lot of confusion out there about what's going to be happening. The wall, the raids and so on and so forth. So smugglers are telling people south of the border and north of the border, to be quite frank, now is the time to cross. Now is the time to cross.
Morones says his group's message is the same as it's always been.
What we're saying is do not risk your lives. Do not trust these unethical smugglers. Do not try to cross in the desert. Do not try to cross through the mountains.
The Border Patrol says if those agents on temporary assignment are needed longer term, they will be rotated out with other agents from San Diego. Along the border, I'm Nancy Aziz, CW6 News.